Hello and welcome to the Insights and Motivation YouTube podcast. Yes, this is an AI-generated content, but remember, there was a human at the beginning of it, creating and curating this material with care and purpose. I request you, dear listener, to step aside from any bias and listen to the message itself. Take the message, not the messenger. That is the key. The same is true for the rest of the playlists and podcasts on this channel, each designed to inspire thought, dialogue, and transformation. Now, let me begin the podcast. Freedom and rights in schools. Freedom and rights are often spoken of in the context of political societies, but rarely are they given their due weight within schools. Yet if schools are meant to prepare young people for life in a democratic world, then the classroom must also embody these values. A truly democratic school is one where students are free to express themselves, explore ideas, and question authority respectfully without fear of ridicule or punishment. Why is this necessary? Because education without freedom produces compliance, not creativity. When students are constantly told what to think, how to think, and when to speak, they learn submission rather than inquiry. A school that embraces freedom instead teaches children to own their thoughts, sharpen their reasoning, and contribute meaningfully to dialogue. In a fast-changing world, these skills are not luxuries. They are survival tools. The advantages of embedding freedom and rights in schools are enormous. Students who can voice opinions grow into adults who can advocate for themselves and for others. Students who are encouraged to ask questions develop sharper critical thinking skills and a natural curiosity that drives lifelong learning. By protecting the right to question, to disagree, and to create, schools build resilience against conformity and cultivate a culture of innovation. Sadly, many current educational systems ignore these values. Classrooms often function as echo chambers where the teacher's word is final, textbooks are unquestionable, and students are rewarded for memorization rather than exploration. This environment may produce high grades in the short term, but it stifles independent thinking. It tells students, sometimes subtly and sometimes directly, that their voices are not valid unless they mirror authority. The results of ignoring freedom and rights are painfully visible. We see young adults who hesitate to express opinions for fear of being wrong. We see workplaces filled with individuals who are technically competent but unwilling to challenge outdated practices. We see society struggling with conformity, apathy, and groupthink. All because freedom of expression was never nurtured in the classroom. By denying children the right to speak and explore, we rob them of their ability to lead with courage and authenticity. Embedding freedom in schools does not mean chaos. It does not mean allowing disrespect or dismantling structure. On the contrary, it means creating safe, structured spaces where students can voice opinions, engage in debate, and pursue creative projects without fear. Debate forums, open choice assignments, and even anonymous suggestion systems are simple yet powerful tools that remind students, your voice matters, your curiosity is valid, your ideas have worth. Freedom in education is also tied to responsibility. Students must learn that their rights coexist with the rights of others, that freedom of speech does not mean silencing peers or mocking dissent. When schools model this balance, they create environments where dialogue is respectful, differences are valued, and collective learning thrives. Students discover that freedom is not the absence of boundaries, but the presence of dignity within those boundaries. If we continue to ignore freedom and rights in schools, we risk producing generations that are passive in the face of injustice, silent in the presence of inequality, and reluctant to innovate in times of change. But if schools embrace this principle, they will produce individuals who are not only knowledgeable, but also courageous. Individuals who can challenge authority when it is wrong, defend the vulnerable when they are silenced, and envision solutions when the world demands creativity. The classroom, therefore, must be seen as the first arena of freedom. If we can give students the right to speak, to create, and to question here, then we give society leaders who will protect those same freedoms beyond school walls. Freedom and rights in education are not optional extras. They are the foundation of a vibrant, democratic future. Did this podcast resonate with you? Are you an educator or a higher authority with the ability to influence educational policy and reform? If so, I encourage you to share this podcast as widely as possible within your connections, and do share and subscribe to this channel. This channel has lots of playlists and educational, psychological content with a focus on how to improve all systems of education, corporate culture, and many such topics. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next podcast.